Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. The SEC has been defeated in their attempt to block XRP holders' motion to intervene in the case against Ripple. How about that? And so this news broke just a little over an hour ago. As I record this, it is 6:09 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm in the United States in the Midwest, and it is the 29th. So there's a bit to say on this topic. I'll tell you what. Anytime we can put one up on the board for the good guys, that's a winning day here. I do not mind that one bit. I do want to be clear that I don't have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice or legal advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos as a very fun hobby about Ripple and XRP and cryptocurrencies and unicorns, and that's pretty much all that it is. And so upon seeing this news, I tweeted this out, and I just retweeted the news, wrote a couple sentences, and I feel like this GIF that's on your screen is the right GIF to use when celebrating victories against the SEC. So now I'm going to be like my hero attorney, Jeremy Hogan, and say to you, as he says in his YouTube videos, bonus points if you can say what video this GIF comes from. So here's what we know. And this comes directly from Crypto Law, which is John Deaton's website, crypto-law.us, and this is their Twitter handle. So here's what we know to this point. Breaking: SEC defeated in attempt to block XRP holders' motion to intervene. Judge Torres grants request from John Deaton to submit motion to intervene on behalf of XRP holders and sets submission timetable. Read the judge's order here, which I pulled up, and it's short. It's just a single page. And anyway, Crypto Law continues. Number 1. The proposed intervener's request for leave to file a motion to intervene is granted. 2. By April 19th, 2021. The proposed investors, in parentheses writes, XRP holders led by John Deaton, shall file their motion to intervene. 3. By May 3rd, 2021, a plaintiff, which is the SEC, shall file its opposition papers, and defendants, Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, and Chris Larson, shall file their papers, response papers, if any. And so it's not like there's a requirement, but you know they're going to be responding, right? At least Ripple will, right? I can't imagine that there would be no response. Because, well, they've been talking on the topic already here. In fact, they, just the other day, they put they submitted a court filing in which they did talk about John Deaton's attempt to intervene, and it seemed like more or less they're for it. Actually, not more or less. They're for the attempt at a minimum, because they were using this basically as a legal weapon. Because the Ripple wants clarity surrounding whether or not the XRP sold today by you and me, whether or not that is a security. From the perspective of the SEC. And so if indeed it is the case from the SEC's perspective that XRP sold today is not a security, then there's no reason for interveners to enter the case at all. And mind you, the SEC doesn't want intervention here. It wouldn't be good from their perspective, because basically there's 10,000 plus XRP holders saying, hey, SEC, your mission is to protect us. We don't really feel protected by you. What the hell are you doing, you bunch of asshats? And so SEC definitely doesn't want that. And so how could they get John Deaton and the 10,000 plus XRP holders off their back? By stating today that the XRP that we are trading is not a security. Now, the SEC doesn't want to do that, and so Ripple's trying to force their hand effectively by maneuvering like this. And so if they're going to insist that SEC, or if they're not, and not even insist, even if they're not going to provide clarity surrounding whether or not they state that XRP today is or is not a security, well then, John Deaton's going to keep coming at him, and I say rightfully so. And then Crypto Law wrote this, point 4. By May 17th, 2021, the proposed interveners, which are XRP holders, shall file their reply to a plaintiff, which again is SEC, their opposition paper, and defendants' response papers, if any, and plaintiff shall file a reply to defendants' response papers, if any. And then they wrap up by stating, note, the judge has not granted the motion, but she has rejected the SEC arguments that XRP holders be denied the opportunity to submit. And so this doesn't mean that that XRP holders and John Deaton are going to get to intervene, but this is absolutely a step in the right direction. And you may recall there are stories like this. For instance, this came from Bitcoin.com. U.S. judge denies request to add XRP holders as interveners in SEC's lawsuit against Ripple. And so this stems from this court filing on March 15th this year. And basically what it was, so John Deaton filed this document that's on your screen. Well, technically this is the one from the judge, but it's the same text from John Deaton. And the way that he filed it, and I don't know all the specifics, I don't know that it's been cited publicly, but there are local rules that are required by this court via Judge Annalisa Torres. And the way that John Deaton filed it, and I saw him talk about this in an interview with Tony from Thinking Crypto, but it was basically, my understanding is that the way in which that he filed to the courts, it from a technical perspective was a problem. So it wasn't the case that the substance was the problem. It's just from a technical perspective, whatever the reason was, he ended up getting rejected. So you can see here is a copy of what he wrote. And then Judge Annalisa Torres on March 15th wrote this one sentence here: denied, in all capital letters, denied without prejudice to renewal in a motion that complies with Rule 3A of the court's individual practices in civil cases so ordered. And so that part where it says denied without prejudice, that means that he was allowed to make another swing at this, and so he did, and now this is progress. So if this ends up ultimately getting approved, then John Deaton's going to have a say in these court proceedings, along with 10,000 plus XRP holders. Definitely wouldn't mind seeing that one little baby boo bit. That would be absolutely fantastical. And so I want to share with you just a couple comments from XRP holders. First of all, so my fellow XRP YouTuber Blockchain Backer happened to retweet this thread from Crypto Law, and on his thread I came across this because from somebody just in the XRP community. I thought it was a perfectly good question, and so this individual named Level Crypto wrote, "My only concern with this is that it adds an S-word load of work for the SEC to work through, thousands of hodlers' testimonials. I suspect this could result in a much longer drawn-out trial, or perhaps a quicker settlement, question mark." Then he tagged attorney Jeremy Hogan, who to this point anyway hasn't responded. Perfectly good point to bring up, and I don't have a perfect answer, but I'll just share with you a couple of thoughts on this. I would say, even if this adds extra length to the trial, and that's an if, I'm not saying it will, I'd rather have sufficient opportunity for justice to be done than a quicker trial. To me, just having things done right is more important. I'm also, to this point, not completely convinced that it would draw it out. I'd need to hear that from one of the attorneys, whether it's John Deaton or Jeremy Hogan, in terms of what they think would be likely as a result here. I don't know that this is going to add a ton of additional work here, but the timeline has pretty well been set for this case. So I mean, you'd be talking about at a minimum some sort of adjustment on the timeline, which at this point the SEC and Ripple have agreed to, as it's my understanding. So maybe that happens. Interesting thought, regardless. And then there was this. Somebody named James responded to the official Crypto Law Twitter thread on this, which I just covered, and wrote the following: "Still a relief to see that after all the mud they so desperately threw at John, none of it stuck. I am sure also that Judge Torres likely didn't appreciate the half-truths, as if she won't already be well advised regarding the old class suit versus Ripple and numbers involved there." And that's certainly true. The SEC has been putting out half-truths, blatant lies, hypocritical statements, and that's just par for the course as far as the SEC is concerned. That's just what they put out into the universe, and I'm not convinced that they believe the tripe that they're putting out. I don't think these are stupid people. I just think that these are dishonest people that are defending the SEC. And, I get it. These SEC lawyers, they're assigned a court case and they have to go forward unless they want to get a different job, this or that. And so this is their livelihood. But they have to know that what they're doing it's logically not sound. And I don't even know how it's ethical. I don't. But this is what people are doing. I understand. So SEC, they deserve to make their case here. But it's just so dishonest to me and pretty gross. So That's why, look, I'm happy to celebrate this victory, and I just wanted to share a quick video with you on this, and would love to hear what you guys think in the comment section below. But we'll have clarity soon on whether or not this will ultimately proceed. But I would love, absolutely, to see John Deaton, along with the 10,000 plus XRP holders, intervene in this course case. Because the truth of the matter is that right now, and look, I like Ripple the company. I certainly do. Nothing against them whatsoever. But it's the case that XRP's interests, XRP holders' interests, are not sufficiently represented in this case. And there are going to be dire consequences potentially for XRP holders, depending how this litigation goes. And so the idea of XRP holders not having a seat at the table is not ideal, to say the least. I just, to me, it would be unfair for there not to be a voice. And so John Deaton, he seems very confident that that XRP holders are going to have this opportunity. Because again, I just saw him in an interview. I watched it literally yesterday. No way to know for sure, but definitely optimistic to this point. And we'll just stay on top of this and see what the hell happens. But I'll tell you, I'll just wrap up there. Let me know what you all think below on this. Are you celebrating as well? And again, don't forget to comment if you know what movie this GIF comes from. This is the best GIF. Maybe I'm just going to use this GIF from now when we get wins against the SEC. Yeah. All right, since he stayed till the end, this little white guy here, his name, this fluffy guy, this creature, his name is Falcor. All right, I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.